recruited him his first 2 days on campus, you know, he learned a lot about Ohio State. First, he learned the Buckeye Grove, the Victorville Gold Pants. Then he heard the term polar vortex. Minus 22 degrees the first 2 days he was here. When we hire a new coach, we hired a co-coordinator on defense. There's 3 things I told him he'll be evaluated on. Number 1 is how his ability to recruit for Ohio State. We expect him to bring in great players and great people. Second is we have to make sure we improve our pass defense. And the third way you'll be evaluated is how you perform and how you speak at the spring kickoff. So you're gonna help me. 600 people here today are gonna help us evaluate our new coach. We're very fortunate to have him. I coached against him. That's the first time that when he was in Wisconsin, I thought they defended us very well, started asking questions about this guy. Very simple. They believe in great preparation, great effort, and he's fallen right into place with our culture and staff here at Ohio State. We're very fortunate to have him. So our co-defense coordinator, secondary coach, Chris Ash.
You know, he thought he was being funny about the joke about being evaluated and how I speak at the luncheon. We started the day off, we're in there watching practice film. We got a full staff meeting today, and when it was over, just before this thing started, getting ready to walk out, and Coach Meyer goes, "Hey, Chris, you know you got to speak today." I was like, "I got to what?" He goes, "You got to speak today, you know?" He goes, "You've done a great job this spring, but I'm telling you, you screwed this thing up, and you're in trouble." So, you know, if I screw it up, it's his fault. He didn't give me a warning. I wanted you know, every day I'm here, I'm learning something, and I learned something just a little bit ago. Coach Warner, you still here? What a comedian. Great jokes, buddy. If it doesn't work out in coaching, the comedy club downtown will take care of it, I'm sure. I just want to say so far in my short time here at Ohio State, I want to thank the coaches, Coach Meyer, the coaching staff, all the fans that have reached out. It's been a smooth transition, and I'm very excited to be here, and I can't wait to get the opportunity to coach guys in the fall and hopefully contribute to the banners up here in the indoor facility. You know, I've learned a lot, like I mentioned already in a short time. A couple things I just want to hit on that I've learned. Another thing I learned today, Mr. Buckeye back here, stand up one more time. Yes, sir. Where do I get that outfit, man? It's awesome. I like it. The other than Coach Mick was in here just a bit ago, but a little advice from Coach Mick. He does a great job in the weight room, but he has to put a sign in the weight room. We got this big block O right in the middle of the weight room. And he's got a rule in there. If you walk across the block O, you got to drop and give him 10. The first time I walked in the weight room, nobody told me that. There are no signs, anything like that. I walk down the weight room, see players down there, going to go say hello. I walk across the O. I got about 5 guys almost jump on me and say, "Get out, give me 10, give me 10. And I'm like, what is going on here, man? Did I make a mistake? But that's one thing. The other thing I learned, don't wear blue to work. Don't wear blue to work. The other thing, when you're talking about the team up north, do not use the M word. It's a bad word. In Coach Meyer's terms, that's going to be a bad day. I don't want to have any bad days here, so I won't use the M word or wear blue to work. So I've learned several things here in a short amount of time. A couple things about the defense. Won't hit on a lot. You want to hear about the players, and Coach Meyer said a lot about it. We set out the spring with 2 really main objectives. Okay, the first one Coach has hit on a lot, and a lot of people have talked about it. It's our culture and being able to play 4 to 6 A to B. Okay, and if we can do that, play with relentless effort, going from point A to point B in 4 to 6 seconds, we've got a chance to be successful, win a lot of games regardless of what we do schematically. If we get the players to do that, we want to structure a defensive scheme that can challenge receivers and challenge throws every single snap, and we're trying to do that. And through 8 practices, I think our defensive staff is very pleased with the progress that we have made and the direction that we're going. The kids are playing very hard. It's becoming a habit. And once that becomes a habit, we can start to focus on the fundamentals and techniques and the schemes that will allow us to be successful. But it's fun to watch every day the attitude and the effort that the kids give at practice. And then the challenge part of it, whether it be linebackers and reroutes, corners and press technique, safeties jumping routes, we are trying to establish a mentality that we're going to challenge things and be very aggressive. And again, through 8 practices, I'm very excited about what we've been able to accomplish in the direction that we're being able to go. But I think you'll be happy with the product that we put on the field in the fall. And again, if we get that effort and we can challenge things, great things can happen because we're going to be able to start to focus on the little details that go a long way to make you really successful. The next thing I want to do, I want to call up some of the players. I want to go in 2 different ways. First, Curtis Grant, Darren Lee, Angry Mike Bennett, Dolphus Washington, and Tommy Shutt. If you were here, please come on up. Big boys and good looking guys up here. I want to start here with Curtis. Curtis is a middle linebacker, number 14, getting reps with the one so far this spring, been around here for a long time. Curtis, why don't you just talk to the group a little bit about the changes that you've seen in the defense and kind of what you see your role as next year as the senior Mike linebacker.
Hello everyone. The changes in the defense this year, I think it's a lot more simpler. We get to the ball a lot quicker. Our pass defense, a lot more man coverage, and a lot more blitzing, and it's just a lot more fun just to, run around out there with the guys, especially being your senior year. And so, you look at our D line up here, you look at our DBs, and we just go out there with a lot of energy and just have fun in practice.
That's good. Thank you. Darren Lee, step on up here. Coach Herman, I know, left the auditorium, I think, already, but Darren Lee is a prime example of what good coaching can do for an individual. What position were you last year? Quarterback. Did you play at all? But not very much, right? Not like you should have? Yeah, and then you come over to defense, you got some coaching, now look at you. Hey, this guy right here, when you watch the film, you talk about 4 to 6 AP, this guy does it right here. Coach already mentioned, doesn't know what he doesn't know. He has no idea what he's doing a lot of times, but he's really, really fun to watch on film. I know you moved up here to Columbus, and your mom's a famous person here in the community. Tell me, when your Buckeye career is over, who's going to be more famous, you or your mom?
Probably still my mom.
Tell us a little bit about the transition from offense to defense, and what have you experienced? What have you enjoyed the most in that experience?
What I've enjoyed most in this experience was, being able to hit people for one. I actually like that, as opposed to getting hit all the time. But it's been a really great experience. I've had my brothers with me to make it a much smoother transition. As Coach Meyer says, I don't know yet, but we'll get there eventually and be able to make plays.
Moving on here to the D-line. I want to start. Michael Bennett here gave him a nickname there, Angry Mike. I heard the players talk about. I don't know the D-line great yet because I haven't had a chance to spend a lot of time with them. I do know they're playing with a great effort out there and they're really leading the defense. But Mike, every time I see him walk down the hall, man, he's an angry man. Not a lot of smiles coming out of this guy, but Mike, you got a new coach. Coach Johnson's come in. He's a legendary defensive line coach. Coached a lot of great players. Tell us a little bit about what you've learned from Coach Johnson in a short amount of time.
First of all, I'm not really that angry. Just get that off the chest. Coach Johnson, though, he really tries to coach with a lot of just support and wants you to trust him really, really badly. And I think that got the guys on board really quickly with him. A lot of times there's a really big, learning curve, learning period with new coaches. Both Coach Johnson, you can tell that he's a genuine guy. Not only that, but you can tell that he knows what he's doing. So we weren't questioning him from the beginning. We knew that he knows what he's doing. And then he sets up drills where we're exhausted after 2 periods. And so we really know what he's doing, or we don't have time to think about what he's doing because we're trying to breathe. But I think just the most I've learned from Coach Johnson is just, in order to be a great D lineman, you have to play past, outside of the box, meaning outside of the tackles. You can make enough plays inside the tackles, but you need to, if you want to get to that next level, you need to run to sideline, and you need to exhaust yourself. And I know you guys have heard that he's trying to work new linemen in and make sure we're all healthy and quick and everything like that. And that's because if you want to be a great D lineman, you have to be able to go 4 to 6, A to B every single play.
Moving on here to Adolphus Washington. Adolphus, there's been a lot of talk about the improvement of the defensive line and you guys being really the backbone of the defense, which all great defenses, it starts up front. Tell us a little bit about the chemistry and the leadership in the room that you guys have right now that's led to the improvements that you guys have made so far.
Well, everybody returned, so we kind of got a good chemistry going with the guys that we got here. We got new guys like Donovan Munger and a couple other young guys that's kind of getting on board with what we got going. And I think us just spending that year there together before just kind of helped us out a lot.
You guys have been fun to watch, especially yesterday. Last young man here at the defensive line, Tommy Shutt. Real quick with Tommy. You know, Tommy was a senior coming out of high school. I was at Wisconsin at the time, and I recruited his high school. Tommy wouldn't give me the time of day. And eventually, after email, phone call, no return calls, no return emails, I said, heck with this guy. He's going to go somewhere. He's going to be a bust. I ended up coaching him here at Ohio State. So hopefully you don't become a bust, Tommy. But tell us a little bit about, in your young career here at Ohio State, some of the best memories that you've made so far, and what do you see as your role next year?
To start off, I did return a few of those phone calls. But I would say, I mean, my freshman year coming in here, being able to 12-0 as a freshman, you can't ask for much more than that. It was an unbelievable experience, and learned from a lot of great guys, especially guys like John Simon, Jack Muhort, Garrett Goebel, guys like that who I could look up to. It was unbelievable. And then this past season was obviously a great year up until the last 2 weeks, and I've learned a lot from a lot of these guys and a lot of these coaches, and I look forward to keep doing that.
Thank you, guys. You guys can return. I want to call up some of the DBs. Got 3 other players here that we want to hear from. Duran Grant, Tyvis Powell, and Gary Conley. Please come on up. Notice we talk to the big guys first, the ones that really matter. Kid, come on up. Come on up. They'll get me back. I want to start here with Duran Grant. Coach has already mentioned about Duran being one of the most improved players out on the practice field here so far this spring. Duran, tell us a little bit about what's made the difference in you and how you're playing so far this spring, and what do you expect Buckeye fans to see out of you in the fall?
I think the biggest thing for me is the passion and energy part of it. I feel like in the offseason that's something I had to work on, that's something I had to, give off, get the energy to the team being a senior. And also leadership. Leadership is one of the biggest things. I had some good talks with Coach Combs and also Coach Meyer about leadership and doing what I have to do to, help lead this team. And I think that's the biggest part of me playing like I am.
Great, you've done a good job of that. Tyvis Powell, a young man that I've had the fortune to be able to spend a lot of time with so far since I've been here. He's a great young man. You talk about, if you're going to put together a model of what you want in a player, the talent aside, great character, smart kid, intelligent, cares about the team, great teammate, all the above. Tyvis has it all. And he's been a real pleasure to get to know. But Tyvis, you're kind of going into a new role here this year. Okay, last season you ended with the game-winning play against the team up north. How do you top that off going into next season?
Well, I think you just work, you just use that play, and it humbles me, makes me want to get better. I mean, I talk a lot about trying to become a leader because we lost a lot of leadership in the secondary, and I think that if I can become a great leader in the secondary, I think that would be better than making any play. Just seeing my brothers make plays and motivating the defense to go out there and go back to that silver bullet defense that we once was.
Last guy here, Gary Combs. Gary Combs. It's stealing that from Coach Meyer. He talks to more coaches and players hang out together. They take on the same name. Gary On's going to do a little act for us, so. Okay, Gary, I want you to give your best impersonation of your coach, Coach Combs, real quick for the audience.
Well, one thing that Coach yells a lot is running the ball, and when he says it, or when he's yelling, he uses his hands a lot. So when he yells, he goes, "Running the ball! Running the ball!"
There's probably a few more, Coach, but I'll spare you. Gary, I wrote one question. Tell us a little bit about what makes your skill set really valuable for what we're doing on defense as a corner.
I mean, just being like long and having speed, that like makes up because I'm not like the biggest guy on the field, but just going hard and just having the ability to just make plays and just ball awareness is really like one of my high skills, abilities, like just seeing the ball everywhere and just being aware of everything on the field. I gotta be more aware of formation recognition. I need to work on that, but just awareness is probably my best skill. And I just like being out there. Motivation from these two guys, that's what really gets me going every day.
I can tell you, long arms, good feet, good hips help too. Ability to run. So, yeah, thank you guys for coming to the event.